Hello everybody!
Psych. Were you expecting another recipe video?
Wrong.
We're doing something a little different this week. This is what I look like on my best days. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. This is just how geniuses roll. But let's get down to brass tacks. I'm going to be showing you how I smoke a brisket. And this isn't going to be a how-to video. There are already plenty of great guides online. Just Google it. Let's get started. I'm working with an 11-pound full packer brisket today. My butcher did a pretty good job trimming it already, so all that was needed was some minor adjustments and an obligatory meat slap. Next, I prepared a proprietary blend of spices. Here they are. I'm not going to list them all. Pause the damn video if you really want to know. You have to be generous with the seasoning. These are thick pieces of meat that can take it. This is going to impart some bold flavor and help us develop that beautiful dark bark. I let this sit for a few hours in the fridge, and after several palomas with Angela later, we're going to give it one last dusting of fresh black pepper. Now this baby is ready to sweat. It's time to get our smoker going. At this point, it's about 11 p.m. We're pulling an all-nighter. Not totally necessary, but I like to torture myself, and I have been called a masochist in the past. I had some coals burning from a cook I did earlier in the day, so I just added some fresh charcoal to the pit. This is actually called the Minion method, named after a famous pitmaster, or Despicable Me, whatever. I'm introducing smoke with pecan wood today. It's a bit milder than post oak, which is what I usually use. Oak tends to be a traditional choice for brisket, as the larger cut can handle the stronger smoke profile, like Snoop Dogg's lungs.
Snoop Dogg!
With my charcoal settled, I'm going to add my deflector plate to make sure there's no direct heat on the meat. Add a drip pan, no not this kind of drip, and ladle my grill grates. This is the thermometer I'm using to track the ambient temperature around the meat. I'll let the temperature come up to my target around 250 degrees Fahrenheit. This is Imperial America. We don't participate in shenanigans like using the metric system. Now it's time to lay her down and give her the business. I'm probing my meat in the thickest part of the flat. Yep, I said probe my meat. And like a parent dropping their first child off at kindergarten, thinking to themselves why on earth they thought this was a good idea in the first place, I said goodbye for 6 hours, discovering the lost freedom I once had. At around 4:30 in the morning, after hypnotically watching several dozen YouTube videos of Indian dudes building swimming pools in a forest, I decided it was time to check on the meat. It seemed a little dry, so I gave it a quick spritz with a mild blend of hot sauce, apple cider vinegar, and the collective tears of my enemies. With the power of movie magic, we find ourselves several hours later. You can start to see the nice coloration on the surface we're looking for. Once the temperature hit 195 degrees internal, I started to check for tenderness. You know it's ready to come off when sticking the temperature probe in the meat feels like sticking it into a jar of peanut butter. I originally had a more inappropriate metaphor, but my lawyers advised against it. 16 hours later, and people started to demand some brisket. But this isn't a democracy, and proper judgment dictates resting the meat for at least a couple of hours to let the muscle fibers relax and to redistribute the juices. So slightly buzzed off a lack of sleep and a healthy dose of megalomania, I told my patrons to kill some time while I took a nap. And now we can enjoy the fruits of our labors. Well, actually my labors. We're looking for a nice smoke ring around the edges of the meat. So after cutting some slices off the leaner end of the cut, I went for the money shot. I debated censoring this part of the video. It could be considered adult content at this point. Parents, cover your kids' eyes. And that's it. Enjoy brisket any way you want. It's great by itself. Try it on a Hawaiian roll with barbecue sauce of your choice and some fresh slaw. Heck, even put it on some ice cream. It's 2020. Live your life however way you want to. As long as that means staying inside, wearing a mask all day, staying 6 feet away from everyone, and patronizing anyone that does it any differently. And that's it for now. If you enjoyed this style of video, let us know in the comments. Destroy that like button and Venmo me some money. Link in the description. Peace out.